Hey guys, welcome back to Endeavor. Today we're gonna talk about sled pulls and presses. I love doing sled work, and they're a lot more versatile than I imagine, at least, most people know. We see people dragging sleds all the time, forward, backward, doing some crazy stuff with them. There's a lot of full body things you can get done with them. So today we're gonna talk about presses, pulls, and we're actually gonna go through two basic variations of them, right? So the first one we'll look at is just gonna be our pull. It's a basic lat row. There's nothing really to it. The beautiful part about sled work is that once you pull it, it goes to a stop. So there's no negative, right? And so as I go in, I can actually relax in between each. I can use a little bit of explosion with that. So if I'm getting myself set, the biggest thing I wanna do, whether I'm pressing or pulling, is get tension on the actual straps. And I wanna make sure that I'm locked in from my shoulders down. So my feet are flat, good old solid brace, and I'm leaning back a little bit. Depending on the amount of weight, I'll need to counter that pressure by actually shifting my weight back into it. Now we've got 25 on here, it's just pretty light, so I won't need to counter too much. But feet flat, big breath. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull my shoulders back, and I'm simply gonna lat row. Oof. And then I walk myself back, set my feet, good solid position, pull, lat row, right? I can do these with heavy weights, light weights. I can use them as a warm up. They're a great way to get going there. If I wanna get a little explosion out of them, I can use intensity. So I lock my feet in, big solid rip, pull myself back, get the strap set, feet locked in again, big solid rip. And then obviously I can dictate and change weights as I go. So that's gonna be our pull, our row. Feet planted, good solid brace, get into that position. Now, if we wanna work presses, presses are great with sleds as well. I'm gonna go ahead and generally speaking, when I'm doing my presses, I wanna have the straps that have both sides. I'm gonna get my palms set into the straps, and I'm gonna get the straps outside of my elbows, so they're across the outside of my triceps. I'm gonna pull in, and now when I do my press, same thing, feet are locked in, core is loaded, and I'm pressing forward and slightly up. So as I go to drive, I'm going forward and slightly up. I'm gonna keep my neck neutral. I'm gonna walk myself back in, get set, press and drive, walk myself back in, get set, press and drive, walk myself back in, get set, press and drive. So I'm driving out in front. It's a nice change up to different angles and also different stimulus when I'm going through pulls and presses. So you can go traditional pulls and presses one at a time. There's another option, another variation that I love doing, which keeps my arms under constant tension as I go. And so what essentially I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do my lat row and I'm gonna do a backwards walk. And as I'm doing my backwards sled walk, I'm going to slowly pull the straps in. I keep tension on as I slowly let the arms go out. Row back in, slowly let the arms go out. Row back in, slowly let the arms go out. And so I'm constantly under tension. That negative where I'm walking backwards and still managing tension on it really allows you to stimulate your lats, get in good solid positions, then I go right back into my next row. I can do the same exact thing with presses. The real key is slowing down the recovery in the position. So I get myself set, tension on the line, I start to walk, I'm gonna press myself out, and then slowly allow my elbows to come back in, down and in, press myself out, slowly allow my elbows to come back down and in. And so the sled continues to move through the entirety of that. So basic press, basic lat row in which we can use the sled, change up the stimulus, change up the way your body feels when you go into it. And then we can also go ahead and do that with a sled drag, constantly keeping tension on that. So two great exercises, light up the upper body, get in a new way, build some big old upper body strength. Otherwise, see you guys next time.